are presented with. They're presented with this baby, and they have to assess the baby then and react to what they're seeing. Very similarly that they would if they're receiving a baby straight out of mom, that we're gonna have to assess and act on what we see, not what someone is verbally telling us, which helps things to stick a little better. And then we've been talking about how we don't want to use 100% oxygen if it's not necessary, and that we might need to give a lower percentage of oxygen based on the O2 sats of the child. And because we do not have that air supply all over the hospital, this is what they came up with for us. It's a portable blender that has air and oxygen that come together, and then it's blended here, and we can dial and set in what percentage that we want to give the baby. And then we would just hook our oxygen supply up over here. One of these is set so it can give very, very low, like this whole thing only goes up to 3 liters, okay? This one goes up to 15. So in our babies that are not requiring very much, our oxy hoods, you cannot give reliably less than about 30% O2 through the oxy hood. So if you needed to give a lower percentage of oxygen, then you might need to hook the oxy hood or the baby up to nasal cannula or mask using the blender. Okay? Do you want a demonstration of how it works? Please be prepared that on occasion it's a little unpredictable and it makes a very loud, screechy noise when either one of the tanks is not opened properly or one of the tanks runs out, okay? So I cannot promise what you're going to hear when I turn this on. Okay, so then you got to make sure both these tanks are on. And on this green, what we've decided is you have to have it turned all the way to auxiliary to make sure that the oxygen is going to flow properly. It's not like you set it at 15 like you would something else, okay? And then I would hook up, either my bag or my mask. Here, and set my flow. Say we want to give 30%. So then I turn that on. Got to have at least 10 going to your mask to get your flow properly, and then I can administer that percentage of oxygen to my baby. Okay? Whether it's if you have to continue to bag the baby, if you're continuing to bag for a long period of time, maybe you've intubated the baby by this point, so then you're hooking up just to the ET tube to continue to bag, but you're not using a level of oxygen that isn't required for this particular baby's resuscitation. Okay, so that's how that works. Questions? So he's here if you guys want to play, and that's all I have.